Alright guys, so in this video what I'm going to do is this block needs to be honed. Right now I've set up the piston finish bore size into my dial bore gauge using a micrometer. So this 0 on the bore gauge represents the size the block needs to be. Which is 5.43. If it needs to be 5.433, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the size that the block is now. It's about 5.5 to 6 thousandths tight. I've kind of positioned it so when it goes to the 0, that's where it should be. So you could see here where I've set the indicator. So here's the 0. So you could see how it's tight. So what I'm going to do is I have set up, you can see down here, I have my rigid hone Lisle 1500 set up, and I am going to hone this block. Now, taking 5 thousandths out of a block isn't bad. Should only take a couple minutes. I've actually taken a millimeter out of a block. Going something like 10 thousandths over is doable, but usually when it gets to be like that, you want to kind of send it out to the machine shop. Now, the way these are set up here, they have the big size on the bottom, and up here on the top, this is a fine micrometer. So I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller so I can get it in the engine. Once I get it in, I'm going to snug it up. Put a little bit of pressure on it. Now, with this setup here, the Lisle 1500, it's actually long enough where it comes out the bottom of the block and the top of the block. So the width of the stones is actually great. So I'm not going to do much moving it up and down until I get it to size, and then once I get it real close, I will give it the 45 or the 60-degree crosshatch. So you want to be moving around 400 RPM. Which is actually pretty slow. Alright, so we hit it a little bit there. I'll move this in and I'll just check it now. I don't think that really did much, but we'll check it just to make sure we're only going 5 thousandths. You get a rag and wipe it. I don't think that took much of anything off of it yet. Yeah, that took maybe 2/10 off it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to work, do a little bit, and I'll come back before it's finished and show you the rest. I just wanted to show you guys inside the sleeve. If you can notice right here by the front, it's not touching yet. It's like a low spot. You can see, you know, I'm not moving it up and down, so it's leaving the rings, no cross pattern yet. And there might be a couple of scratches up on the top here that you can see. Maybe a scratch over here. And maybe still a scratch down the bottom right here I can see. But I just went over it. As you can see, it's starting to remove the material and make it perfectly round. I still have about 4 and almost 5 thousandths still to go. I switched blades over to the coarse, and now I'm gonna go at it again. All right, well, I've been going at it here for some time now. I got the coarse stones in. I just wanted you guys to be able to check out what's going on here. So the 0 here is where we want to be. So if you see, we're about 2 ticks past it. So that's about 1,000ths. About 1,000ths. I don't know if you guys can see that. So we're about 1,000ths right there. About 1,000ths right there. Now, why are you seeing me measure it 3 times? About 1,000ths right there. Now, why I'm measuring it 3 times is because I have to get, you know, 3 measurements on the block: the front, the middle, and the bottom. And then I actually like to measure it from different ways. So I'll measure it from here. Now, I don't know if you could see it, but that's 1,000ths. 1,000ths. And 1,000ths. 1,000, 1/10,000. So now we're about 1,000ths out from finished bore. What I want to do is I want to switch over to the fine stones, go from there till about 1/2 thousandths, and then I'll start adding my 45 or 60 degree cross hatching, depending upon the ring manufacturer, what they want to seat the rings. So let me go ahead and switch the stones, do that, and I'll come back to you and show you guys the finished bore. So here's the difference in grits. My hand has a mark from the drill on it. Here's the difference in grits from the drill, from the Lisle stones. So this is the coarse and this is the fine. This is, I believe, 180, and I believe this is 400. So I just wanted to show you the cylinder and how it looks. The roughness of the grit before it's done. There's no more low spots or anything in this cylinder. It's taken out all the way to the front now. There's no more like ring right here. That's where the blocks kind of get worn out, because that's where the compression happens. So this is all straightened out now. So now we go to the fine grit, and you'll see a lot of this will get knocked down. Alright guys, so I've been working on this for a while. So we got the dial caliper still set up. Basically I've been bringing it from this line here. When it gets to the 0, I'm done. I think I'm pretty there now. We'll take a poke. You can see it's right there on the mark. Do a couple different spots. So there's the 0, bounces right off of it. We'll do the middle. 0. Do the bottom. 0. And then we'll go side to side. I don't know if the glare is killing that. Put that 0 there. 0 there. And 0 there. So, that's how I do the blocks. This is to finish bore size 3.5433. This is for an NR Racing 90mm piston. They're not all that size. This is just the size that NR Racing sent the customer. This is for Will and his dad Dustin. Just wanted to get this block dialed in perfectly for them. They've had engines in the past that blew up. A lot of the times when I see engines that blow up, the problem with it is that they have bad piston to bore clearance. So I just wanted to make sure I set that for them. So this block got bored out, and then I did the finishing hone. You could see it's got a beautiful crosshatch on there. You know, that's just beautiful. It's a nice finished block now, ready to go. There's some lint and dust in there from the felt. But I mean, this thing it's ready to go. NR Racing, their pistons, they want a 45. I know some piston manufacturers, some of them want 45, some of them want 60, some of them want 400 grit. Mine are total seal, and they have so every piston ring manufacturer, you should always check with the manufacturer of the rings to see how they want their cross hatching, and check with the manufacturer of the piston to see what they suggest as a piston to bore clearance, because there's different alloys of pistons. You know, aluminum blocks expand more than cast iron blocks, and you know, there's a couple different alloys, like a 4000 series that they make pistons out of, and a 2000 series, which is what a lot of the pistons that they sell for us are made out of. But the piston rings, depending upon the manufacturer, the ring material, some of them have coatings, some of them don't. Could just be a cast steel piston ring, but some of the rings have they want different cross hatching. Some of them want 45, some of them want 60, depending upon how vigorous they need those rings to seat. Always make sure you pay attention to your ring gap. When you're installing a piston, you want to set your ring gap. You know, you have to follow the manufacturer's settings on the piston ring to set the ring gap as well. I know on my total seal rings, they have a special moly ceramic coating on the outside of them, and they needed to be brought to an 800 grit in the bore, and they wanted a 60 degree crosshatch. So that was just something very different, but you need to always follow the manufacturer's recommendations. So anyhow, this was me just showing you guys how I size blocks. This block I took out 5.5 thousandths out of. You know, if you wanted to do a 10 thousandths oversized piston, that's no problem. Say if you wanted to, you have a GX390 that you need, you know, you've run really hard, the bore's out of shape, you want to get that corrected, go to a 10 thousandths oversized piston. That's definitely something that's within my wheelhouse. I do have the ability to get engines bored out. I could send them out, no problem, get them bored. Just got a nice new rigid hone from Lisle Corporation. They've been making those forever, works great. My other rigid hone was also a Lisle Corporation, but the stones, one had broken, and it was $49 for a new set of stones. This, you know, rigid hone was like couple $100, but it came with 2 sets of stones and an entire new body. So now I got 2 of them, so that's great. But Paul's from Paul's Karts. Hope you guys learned something today. Setting piston to bore clearance, resizing blocks, 2.5 thousandths piston to bore. Dead on the money. Will and Dustin, this is your block. It's ready to go. And until next time, guys, have a nice day.